This my take, I'm coming in hot, right in your face. The moment can't wait, I'm running the race and you running in place. Where you going, man? Speak with your chest, say it with pride, and move to the left. I'm known as the best, and it ain't a threat, just a promise I kept. I kick that, shoot those, you stare, shoot smoke, pass cross, I'm go. Like Messi, Naldo, Jordan, the ring zone, Tyson, the ring though, and me, Pepito.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Pepito's Take. Before we start, please subscribe below. So, I think we had a very eventful weekend this past weekend, right?
Eventful, I think, is sort of like the low ball way of putting it.
It has nothing to do with soccer.
No.
Nothing to do with soccer. It was a Super Bowl, right? This crazy Super Bowl game, which I'm a big fan of. Did you watch it already?
Yeah, I watched it in my family. It was nice to enjoy it with my dad and my brother for once, you know. It wasn't bad. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I've gotten bored of the Super Bowls over the year. I really have.
All right, interesting take. Everybody, this is Artie. I forgot to present him. This is my boy Artie.
Artie Meany.
There you go.
Second time in a row.
There you go.
I feel honored. I don't know if this is a trial run. He's going to see how I go and then be like, out the door, bye, done with you.
Just watch what you say, that's all.
Exactly.
But all joking aside, I wanted to bring him on just because Artie, he loves the game of soccer, and I love talking shop with people that love the game of soccer. But like I said, right, we had a very interesting weekend, right? A lot of football, the other football, right? The football that rivals our football, the real football. And like I said, I'm a big fan of the Super Bowl. I like it. I like football. I'm a big Giants fan. How about you?
Oh, yeah, big Giants fan. I mean, I think that's why it's like sort of gotten boring for me, because you don't see the Giants in it anymore. But also, no, I feel like it's just the game itself. Like it used to be the Super Bowl was like very high action. Like I don't remember there being as many commercials. I don't remember there being as much stop and go. It used to be more intense, and now I just feel like
it's a show, man. It's a show, and it's a big moneymaker. You know, a lot of numbers are thrown around, like $7 million for a 30-second ad. The betting that was done during the Super Bowl was crazy. But what I want to get at is that I don't know if the Americans, the 350 million Americans that are in here, do they know that the equivalent to the World Cup, soccer-wise, the equivalent of the Super Bowl, soccer-wise, is the World Cup.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's a lot of numbers that are thrown out during the whole entire month of the World Cup, because I'm telling you right now, man, the viewerships, I don't even want to talk about the numbers, because we're talking about billions.
1.5 billion.
Billions, bro. Billions, right? Listen, Super Bowl, 230 million. Amazing, right? Oh, wait, 130 million.
No, so globally, it was like 320 million.
Really?
320 million globally.
Props.
But the thing is, for me, is like I feel like people have always had this like unfair comparison to the World Cup and the Super Bowl. I feel like the World Cup, it's its own thing. Like I feel like the closest thing to the Super Bowl is the Champions League. I feel like the Champions League final is what equates to the Super Bowl.
Could it be?
Because the problem is with the World Cup, it's a 30-day competition that everything else halts for, and that everyone pays attention to. So like to credit to the Super Bowl, it's like they build it up over a very long 18-week season, playoffs, you name it. And I feel like the only thing we can, as someone who's trying to be fair to it, even though American football, boo, no. But like someone's trying to be fair to it, like realistically, I feel like you have to consider that, like you have to compare it more to the Champions League final, I feel like, and the Champions League in general.
All right, so hear this now. Super Bowl is every year, right? World Cup is every 4 years, right? So, you know what? Accumulate 4 years of Super Bowl, and then you could probably compare it to, and I'm just going to say, the World Cup final. I don't even want you to talk about the games before the World Cup, right? The qualifying or not. Just compare it to the World Cup final, right? You put 4 Super Bowls, right, to the one World Cup final. The World Cup final eats it alive. Eats it alive with viewerships. Eats it alive with, I mean, what else is there? Sponsors, whatever it is that there is, right? The World Cup final generates the most money, generates the most views. Whatever it is, the World Cup final is at the top. And I feel like here in America, they don't talk a lot about that, right? Because, okay, yeah, I guess soccer is not the American sport, right? Maybe they will talk about it a lot this year, or excuse me, in 2026, because it's being held in America, right? Because, listen, they're going to have to talk all these numbers like how they do with the Super Bowl, right? And Super Bowl does a great job. I'm telling you, like, the spectacle's crazy. They do, like, it's great how they, like, engage the people before the World Cup. They had, before the Super Bowl, they had My Way of Frank Sinatra, and they had all the players talking about, like, their families and who they play for and all that. And, bro, it had me in tears almost before the game, right? So, like, they do a great job engaging the viewer, right? We'll see if the World Cup is able to do that too, right? I feel like in the soccer tournaments, they kind of just make the game speak for itself rather than build a crazy spectacle behind it. Now that 2026 is in America, will they implement that way of, marketing, how they do with the Super Bowl to the World Cup? And that would be very interesting. But I like how, everybody is cheering. This is the most watched show in the history of America, whatnot. My man. When the World Cup's in 2026,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear no more about this.
I feel like
about the Super Bowl.
It's hard for so World Cup 2022 was in the winter and it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. So it's hard to sort of say they didn't cover it enough because that was actually my first World Cup as like someone who worked in media. Like when I was working at the radio station, we covered 57 out of the 65 games for the World Cup, like live watch alongs, everything. Like 5 a.m. games. Like we were on live 5 a.m. Argentina versus Saudi Arabia when Saudi Arabia won 2-1. Like those are the crazy mental moments of like just running on fumes. You're up at 5 in the morning and that is just like invigorating you. Like it's like, and that's like one group stage game of the World Cup. And like for me, like when I was watching the Super Bowl, I was like, I'm bored. Like, I think because I don't love the game as much anymore as I do when I was younger. And it's like the players, like they try their best to entice everybody, but it's, I don't know.
So I'm going to let you marinate for a couple seconds, for a couple minutes on your memorable Super Bowl moments and your memorable World Cup moments. And I'm going to give you mine, right? So now that we're on the topic of Super Bowl, I have one huge memorable moment for the Super Bowl, and that was when the Giants won it in 2011. So I had my friends over, and remember, there's 6-hour difference, so the game starts at 12:30. Bro, you don't understand. That game was like really engaging. You're playing against the Patriots, Tom Brady, all that. Eli Manning throws this crazy pass along the sideline to Manning. Yeah, makes a crazy catch. We're going down the field, and I think it was who was it? I forgot if there was a touchdown at the end where we win it, but it was amazing. It was like 4 o'clock in the morning, bro. Me and my boys, they had a flight at 7 o'clock. We're up at 4 o'clock celebrating, like just going wild, just because we were all like, Giants fans. And it's fun to watch the game when you're with friends. Yeah. I had training the day after. I was shot. Like I couldn't even run. So it was like wild. It was wild. So that was my ultimate Super Bowl moment, right? Then when you come to the World Cup, I have two. One is obviously, three. I said it in the episode before about me going to the '94 World Cup with my father.
Make sure you check that out. Pause here, check it out, and then come back to us.
Love it. I love it. '94 World Cup, crazy story. 2006, right? July 9th, right? Me and my father, we fly to Manchester on July 8th because we had preseason starting, I think, July 10th. So we fly July 8th. We're in the finals against France. Italy versus France. We win the World Cup. The last penalty of Fabio Grosso. And I'll never forget, that was like the first time that I cried. Me and my pops were jumping up and down. I'm like hugging him. He's hugging me. We're like crying like freaking two little like babies, man. It was just the best moment because like that's how these games, they just connect you with that person that you're with, right? And yeah, it's my father. I love him. He loves me. But like, there was even like a tighter bond, like, after that, just because we have these, we're just full of these emotions and we're just sharing it with each other. So I could imagine the diehard Kansas City fan right now, right?
Yeah.
Where they're, families are celebrating, they're loving it. And that's the beauty of the game, right? That's the beauty of sports. right? They just bring so many people together. And I wish that would be celebrated more rather than, you know, always showing the bad stuff of probably what's, you know, sports sports, you know, does or whatever it is. Let's get rid of like these numbers of the gambling stuff, right? And let's show these emotions that these players have, like we saw before the Super Bowl with the music My Way, right? Like that's the beauty of it, right? That's the beauty. Who do you play for? And I feel like that's such a better way to promote the game rather than, we had this guy put $1 million on the game, or this guy put $1 million in the game or whatnot, right? And then I won't forget the 2022 World Cup, this last one, the finals. I want your opinion on this, all right? You ready? Bold statement. This could be Pepito's hot take, maybe, but it's not. It could be. The best game ever played in the history of the game was that final. What do you have to say about that?
Oh, I mean,
The best game
for
ever. You're young, bro. You're young.
for sheer amount of goals, I can understand. I think the ability that Mbappe had to pull off a hat trick against Argentina, the favorites, like
Just figure out like how it went too.
exactly
like,
that
France
dynamic.
was up.
Yeah.
Argentina was
Trust me,
up.
I know. I was reacting to the game live. We did a live stream and everything, radio broadcast, and you hear me up and down on emotions. Like every time France scores, I'm like, come on! Like it's like up and down emotions.
But like you
roller
wanted them to
coasters.
score.
Exactly. Like, it was
Like you
really,
wanted
really
both
good.
teams to score.
But even the saves, like that save at the end,
Come
like,
on,
with,
man.
with
Then,
Cole
yeah,
Nwaneri,
exactly.
like, don't get me wrong, I mean Martinez is like decent goalkeeper, but to make that save in a World Cup final, like that's as electric as a goal. Like
That's great. And then like the emotions you saw in like those Argentinian players. But even like France, right? Like France was just like in it. They had the better team. France had the better team. Argentina had, obviously they had Messi, but they had like the aura around
just
them.
Messi.
They just had Messi.
Just Messi.
Just
yeah,
Messi.
no one else.
No, but like they had like that aura, that energy around them, right? Like yeah, we wanted Messi to win it all because, you know, it was good for whatever his career, as if whatever he needed it just to be on the same level of Maradona or whatnot,
so
right?
you're saying that they scripted it? Is that what you're trying to say right now, Giuseppe?
Bro,
No,
why
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Why did you say that? Because now, you know, you're going to open up a can of worms and now you're going to make me say things that I don't want to say. I don't want to say. I mean,
I'm just.
are we comparing
I'm
Messi's
stirring the
win
pot.
to Patrick Mahomes' win in the Super Bowl?
I'm stirring the pot. I'm stirring the pot.
I don't
Maybe
know.
they're one and
that's
the same. Who knows? Who knows?
Sorry?
Maybe they're one and the same. Who knows?
I don't know, bro. I mean, if you want to talk scripted, I feel like the Super Bowl's a little bit more scripted. But I don't know nothing
I'm
about
joking.
football.
No, I'm
I don't know
busting
nothing
your
about
chops. I'm
football.
busting your chops. I'm
I don't
busting
know
your
about
chops.
football, but yeah, let's just go back to actually the game itself, which was ridiculous, going up and down, right? Goal after goal after goal after goal. Then you got that crazy save, right? Like you have the two superstars, the two best players in the world at that time, Messi and Mbappe, going back and forth. What, Messi got 2 goals? Messi got 2 goals, and Mbappe got that hat trick.
Wait, no, I thought Di Maria scored.
Di
the
Maria
brace.
scored the first one, then there was a pen, and then there was the right-footed shot, so it was 3-3. Yeah, Messi had 2. So, but like that game is something that I won't forget. Like, bro, I was a neutral fan. Like, I just wanted to see a great game. They were scoring. I was going wild. Me and my family were just going wild. We had no skin in the game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't Italy. Like, so that's why, like, bro, like sports, man, like a Super Bowl, like a World Cup, like anything, bro. These NBA finals, whatever it is that happens, right, bro? This stuff just brings people together, and it's just the best feeling, right? Enjoying a game with somebody that you don't even probably know, and then something happens where like you're high-fiving each other, right? And you create that connection, that positive connection, positive energy among one another, right? I mean, that's what sports does, man. That's what sports does, and I'm happy that I love sports so much. I love every sport. Every sport. I'm not a big lacrosse guy. I don't like lacrosse. Baseball gets a little bit boring. I'm a Yankee fan.
You're saying baseball? I can watch it in person, no problem, because I love going to Citi Field, sitting in the outfield, watching the game. But like on TV, I understand. Sometimes it can be drawn out.
Yeah, I'm a big Yankee fan. I went to see 2 games in my life. The first game was a 1-0 game, and there was like 4 hits in the whole thing, so it was the worst game to go to. There was no action, but then I went to another one, which was amazing, playoff game against Houston like 4 or 5 years ago. So that was a great experience at Yankee Stadium. But 2026, man, 2026. I hope that people here in America like they see it. They see videos of the crazy fans, of like the real passion that soccer brings. I hope now that in 2026, they not only see it on videos, but they feel it. So you're going to have all these games all around, right? They're going to see like how much this stuff means to them, and hopefully they attract a lot more fans. Because in 1994, man, nobody knew soccer in 1994. Like the MLS started in 96, so like there wasn't really like a huge following, right? But now 2026, man, it's going to be fun. Yeah. It's going to be fun.
And it's going to be nostalgic for a lot of people. Like there's going to be a lot of kids where like that game, that World Cup's going to mean a lot. And I think like World Cup for me that meant a lot, I think it was 2014 personally. Like that one in Brazil, Germany winning it all, that 120th minute goal, Mario Götze. Like that is forever ingrained in my memory as like one of my most favorite games to ever watch. 100%.
That's cool. I mean, that's great. But does it rival this finals?
To me, I think because it was much more of a tactical game. Because Germany had like a different way to block off a very good Argentina team at the time. At that time, that team was prime Di Maria, prime Messi, you know, like that. And even like, granted, those two did very, very well this past World Cup at their older ages, but like this is them like in the full swing of it. Like, this is Di Maria coming off a wonderful Real Madrid campaign. This is a Messi coming off being at Barca for how long and being dominant, you know, like.
So I mean, think about it, right? So you have 2014. A great end to that game, right? 2022, great end to that game. Spain, Iniesta's goal. When was that? 2010?
2010, yeah.
An amazing end to that game because that was a last-minute goal too.
Heartbreaking game for me. I want Netherlands to win it so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm so happy Spain won, bro. Spain,
Just rub it in my face. Yeah,
Spain,
Spain yes. Who cares about
I
you?
don't care about your feelings,
Who
bro.
cares,
I care
bro?
about Iniesta and his feelings. No, like that Spain team was ridiculous. 2006, crazy ending. Italy versus France, right? Yeah. The game was wild. Help me out. 2018, France, right?
Yeah, France won it against.
I'm blacking out.
Croatia? No.
Was it Croatia?
I should know this. I'm actually a little embarrassed right now. I can't remember it. I feel like it was Croatia for some reason.
Let us know because we have no idea in 2018.
No, it was
France
because
won.
Modric won it that year for being runner-up, right? He won the Ballon d'Or that year.
He did win the Ballon d'Or, yeah.
He won it for being runner-up for the World Cup and also winning the Champions League with Real.
Yeah, what was the score there? Did they blow him away?
No, I think it was a close game. It wasn't a blowout.
Was it close too?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I totally forgot about 2018. But what's great is that like these final games, man, like they're engaging. Like they're memorable. Look, we just named the past 5 editions, right? And they're like memorable. Maybe minus the 2018 is memorable, but like we remember like a lot of the things that happened in these final games, and that's why the World Cup for me is just like the best tournament in any sport. But definitely, bro, I'm hoping that this 2026, we're able to have these great games. We're able to have these memorable moments. And then I want to compare. In 2026, we're going to sit here, and I want to compare the numbers of Super Bowl. Maybe next year Super Bowl will be even bigger. And the 2026 Super Bowl will be even bigger. And I want to compare all that stuff to the World Cup final. And I want to see, like, I want to tell all these people at these shows and the First Takes people and the Stephen A. Smiths and all these people, hey, you guys are raving about this 130 or 230 million. Look what the beautiful game just did. Look what the beautiful, and talk more about the damn beautiful game. Yeah. Talk more about the damn beautiful game. So that's that. And then piggybacking on what we talked about last episode about the media, hopefully we'll have more coverage of the game, more people, more podcasts, more voices, right?
You have to. There's no way.
Bro, I hope so. I freaking hope so.
Because just in Jersey alone, we're going to have 8 World Cup games. Like, there's no shot.
I know, but I want like the ESPNs and the CBSs and the Foxes. We said this already before last episode. I want to see
where are they located, Giuseppe? I want you to tell me. Where is, like, CBS and all these guys located? They're near us, right? Connecticut, New York. They can't. It's going to be right in their own backyard. They can't avoid it.
But I hope that they start adding a little bit more, bro. Like a little bit more. Like get a couple shows, man. Like get a couple shows that are dedicated to it. ESPN FC is the only thing that I know, but I'm not a huge fan of that at all.
It's going to be prime time because instead of us having to watch World Cup either at 5 in the morning or like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, for us, they're going to be prime time games, 7, 8 o'clock. So I think they're going to be able to do it no problem because they're going to have that whole day's buildup of it, you know?
That's fair. Hopefully they do a good job, man. I just want freaking soccer to be at the top, bro. I don't know why, man. I just want soccer to be at the top
Because it hasn't
in the
really
US.
taken over this part of the globe yet. You just want global takeover.
I do. I literally want global takeover. This is the most beautiful game in the world, bro. And you know how you start that? You start that with the youth.
Yes.
Start that with the youth,
What
my
a
man.
transition. Wow.
You start that with the freaking youth. Oh, man. So you're in the youth world. You coach the kids. Yes. I coach my kids here at the academy. And they love the game, bro. They love the game. They love the game. And they have to be taught properly, right? They have to be taught properly from day one, right? And I know we talked about this previously, the differences between coaching individually, which is what I do for the moment, and then coaching a team,
Yeah.
which is more of what you do, correct? Yes. And we went back and forth a little bit about like the differences and the good, the pros, and the cons of all that. And I'm going to reiterate that coaching individually, what I do is great, right? It's good up to a certain point. Yes. Up to a certain point, because the game isn't only about what you do on the field, right? It's also the character, right? The personality traits that you have. They have to be shown on the field, correct? When there are setbacks, I miss a pass, I get tackled, I miss a goal, how do you react, right? That's character, right? People are talking, in your face. They're trying to get into your head. How are you reacting to that? So you get that only when you're with the team, right? Only when you have people in front of you that you're competing against. You don't have that in the individual training. So what I like to do is understand the player that I have, correct? Individually, right? Understand his level. Is he able to capture right away the things that I'm trying to make him do? If he doesn't, obviously I tweak things and I try to make him understand it in a different way to where we could achieve our goals, right? Do I see him session after session improve little things? He does things also maybe by himself because he remembers what I told him, right? But then there comes a certain point that things become too repetitive, and I need my players to train in a group setting. So after a few sessions, I like to get them into group sessions, right? Make them train among each other because it's a different animal. So I had this one kid, I'll tell you one story, and then I want to hear your point of view about this. I had this one kid, training him for the whole entire time by himself. We had 6-7 sessions. And I go to the father, I'm like, hey, is there any way that you have, players that want to join and come in? He's like, yeah, I have a player that, he'll probably come in. He's his friend. No problem. Bring him over. This player, he's like, aggressive, rough. So I made him do a couple drills, one-on-one drills, whatever it is. And this rough, rugged kid, took the ball away from him. I see this other kid head down. I'm looking at him, and I'm giving him tough love. I'm a tough love type of guy. Yeah. I'm a tough love because that's how I grew up, and that's how I know. And trust me, in that world, in the real world of soccer, in the pros, there is no, oh, don't worry about it, Giuseppe. No. It's that tough love. You produce, you good? Oh, I love you. You don't produce, next, right? So in a certain way, I'm trying to make them understand with tough love that, this isn't, everything is not fair. You have to go out and earn it. So, he has his head down. I talk to him like, hey, what's going on? He's getting the ball from you every single time, right? Figure out a different way to, do the drill properly to get past him or not. Bro, he was about to break down. I see him almost trying to break down emotionally, right? So how is he reacting towards adversity, right? So I had a discussion with him that day. I told him, listen, you can't get in your feelings. Nobody is going to care about your feelings. What they care is about how you produce on the field, right? That's just how it is. That's how this game is, all right? Mom and dad, they're going to be like, how will you feel, son, right? But the coaches, players, they don't care. They don't give a crap about that stuff, right? So that's what I'm trying to also teach them, right? make them understand that emotions, those type of emotions, getting out, nobody's gonna care about that. You should never play victim just because you're getting your ass beat, right? Do not play victim. Next session, a couple of days after, bro, this kid just transformed from one to another. He needed that little pep talk, that little bit of tough love to be like, all right, you know what? I got you, Giuseppe. Bro, like a different player. And today, he's like the boss of the damn field, bro. He's like the boss. Like he gets the ball, he gets pissed off when the ball is taken away from him. Next rep, he'll show, okay, this and that. So like that's why for me, it's so important to transition from individual to a group setting, team setting, whatever it is, because that's what they need. And that's what I'm trying to do with my players, each player that I have, to bring them into a group setting. And that's how you continue to excel. That's how you continue to learn more about yourself. Not only technically, yes, you learn technically because you're going to get some other player that maybe is more technical than you, or maybe he understands the game better than you, he's quicker than you, thought processing and whatnot. So yeah, I could get better, but it's also that character inside that you build. And there's nothing better than that, than being in a group setting. I want to hear your point about this.
So there's so many examples because I coach a whole bunch of teams because I work at the high school level. I'm the head varsity coach at the Academy of St. Elizabeth, so it's an all-girls program. And that's the thing, I work on both sides of the game. So I work on the men's and women's side. And the craziest thing is that obviously with the boys, you're going to find what a term that like sort of myself, my other coaches have touted, like soccer junkies. They're the ones who are addicted that need the next fix. On the boys' side, you're going to find that. And with the women's side, it's very, very hard to find that. I've seen notice lately. And when you're doing that, you're not only coaching to a play style and technical ability and putting all that together, you're coaching to sort of help them fall in love with the game. Because I had a lot of like, so I think prime example, I don't want to say names because, just not to give names, but I had this one girl who recently lost her father, right? And like just like a year ago or so, and it was hard for her to keep playing soccer. She just wanted to focus on school, whatever. And then this past season, we get her back into it. By the way, she's filthy. Like she. It's hard to explain because the situation I was stuck in, I had no goalkeepers. By the way, for my high school team, no goalkeepers. So I had to take my purest finisher, like the person who's the best at finishing, and throw him in goal. Because she was
a bench player.
No. Because she was crazy enough to be a goalie. You have to understand. Because like to be a goalkeeper, you gotta be.
Oh yeah, you're crazy.
Exactly.
They're all crazy.
She's the only one where it's like if someone's running at 50 miles per hour, she'll truck them. She doesn't care.
Good for her.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, you know what? Like I had to put her like, but that's crazy. But like those are the type of moments when you're coaching as a team that like you realize like wow, like what you can do. And I also on the boys side of it where I primarily coach club, like. I've been doing it for so long because as soon as I turned 18, I'm like, I'm not wasting my time playing. Like and at that time I had like lost my love of playing the game because of what I went through with my high school coach. So I was like, I'm going straight into coaching. I want to help these kids. And over the past, 6 years now of coaching, from like having to prove yourself at like these summer camps to like coaching, like right now I have like 6 teams I coach. And
that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And like in total with including the high school teams and all that kind of stuff, spring season, fall, whatever. And like these kids and why you do it, like we talk about coaching for the teams and implementing your play styles, but like the joy they bring you when you see them having like the most fun implementing the stuff that you're teaching them and just playing to their hardest and not giving up on you. Like I like then there's some kids where it's like I've had to talk with them of like, look, when you're here with me, you have 90 minutes to forget everything else. You get to put a ball in the back of the net. And when you're coaching a team and you have that style with the kids and you have that type of environment, that's when you're going to get the best out of them because you help them realize and focus like sort of like how privileged they are to be doing what they're doing, right? And it also helps them just fall in love with it even more of how like this is me, this is for me,
So I like that you say that where you create an environment where the kids feel comfortable coming in, where they want to come in because they have fun, they're learning, and it's a competitive atmosphere that you're creating, right? And those are all ways to get the best out of your players. you said something else that is very concerning, that your coach from high school made you fall out of love with the game. I don't want to get into details, but see, that's the problem that I have, and that's something that bothers me a lot, because a coach should never make a 17, 16, 17, 18-year-old kid fall out of love with the game, right? Your job as a coach is to, like you said, develop them, is to create an atmosphere where it's fun, where I want to come in and do my best to be better, right? That's the atmosphere that you're supposed to be creating as a coach, and not an atmosphere where there is no fun and the players are literally giving up on you. Because why is that happening? Because that coach or whatever it is, and there's a lot of coaches that do that to these young players. Why is that? Because they don't care. There's not enough care to change things up, or to care enough to look at the players and analyze the situation and seeing, you know what, let me change things up, rather than say, you know what, I'm just going to do this A, B, C, D on my paper. Everybody do A, B, C, D. And I don't give a crap. I don't give a crap if they're doing it right. I don't give a crap if they're having fun or whatnot. They're not really present in that moment because they don't care. There's not a level of care. And when you look at youth in Europe, I grew up there, bro, these coaches, they obviously have two jobs. It's normal, right? You can't live just being a coach for a team, right? So they have two jobs. But the level of care, the level of attention to detail during their training sessions, an hour and a half. Like you said, you have an hour and a half to do the thing that you love the most. Be present and enjoy this. Feel free. Like you said, feel free in this time. Let me give everything I have for this hour and a half, right? And that's what they did in America. That's what they did in Italy, right? That's what they do in Europe, right? They give it all, everything, all their love and their passion for the game. But over here, bro, they don't care. They just want to get through that session.
I think it's slowly phasing out with this new wave coming in. And I think people are starting to realize more because with the teams I've coached, stuff like that, like a lot of times I'm giving the delinquent guys. Like I'm not giving like the kids who are like, oh, like touted as the best, flight one, here you go, have fun, whatever. It's like, hey, put them to work. Let's see what they can do. And a lot of those times, like I feel like that's the problem where there's too much focus on upper echelon and not sort of bringing up the floor, because the problem is we're focused, I think in the U.S. in general, on the ceiling of where U.S. soccer can go and talent and how we can be the best. Instead, I think we need to more so start focusing on how can we start lifting the floor little by little, because then once that floor starts getting higher and higher, then you're getting closer and closer to the ceiling.
Yeah, it's a different perspective, let's put it that way. But here in America, it's just normal that everybody wants the best right away. They want, they want to have everybody developed a certain way, right? Or if to the eye, this kid at 15 years old has every physical attribute possible, then I'm going to make sure that he gets the bump into whatever it is that we're going to without really understanding, the soccer IQ of these players, right? So it's like the quickest way that we could get somebody out, to play at a young age at the MLS or whatnot, but without really understanding, is he really ready soccer-wise? Physically, everything is great, right? Because to the eye, his development is great physically, right? But soccer-wise, how can we get to them IQ-wise to where they could play at these certain levels? There's it's crazy that you're saying this, how everybody wants things like, very fast, and how they want to think only about like the top, and whoever is there, that's the ones that they're going to take, right? So obviously people who don't understand soccer, they look at the physique and whatnot, so they want everything done fast, right? So every time I think of this word fast, it brings me to an interview I heard. Fiorentina's president, he's American, Rocco Commisso, he's from Jersey, a billionaire. He's done amazing in his life, crazy. And he wanted to. I actually do.
You want to slide it this way, billionaire?
Here you go, bro. But no, he wanted to build a stadium in Europe, and And he did this interview where they wouldn't give it to him. So he was like, in America, we do things fast, fast, fast. We don't have any time to, talk here, do this and do that. So then it just brings me to the point of when we're trying to develop players, right? There's certain things that go unnoticed, which is probably the soccer IQ of things. They see this kid that's physically, he's tall, strong or whatnot, and then they're able to continue to promote him, because that's the quickest way to get a young player to play at the high level. While you probably have somebody that maybe isn't as physically developed at 14, 15 years old, but his soccer IQ is off the charts. They don't even go to that player. They don't even think about that player or consider that player, right? And why is that? Because it's the knowledge of the game. It's the understanding of what soccer really is. That's not present in the coaches that are developing young players today. And that's the shame. So when we think more about that, right? Looking at the players more in depth, more in detail, and seeing that, you know what, these players do have a certain ability in understanding the game rather than the physical part of the game, then that's when the bottom starts coming up, right? That's when the bottom starts coming, and then that gap starts becoming a little bit shorter. But the ignorance that is in today's coaching is what slows down the development of the players. And what also this ignorance does is that it kills the confidence of the player that maybe isn't as physically developed, but has a good IQ of the game and understands the game. And guess what? They fall out of love with the game. So with that said, you could have been the next Iniesta, but your damn coach told you otherwise. And that's the problem. All jokes aside, that's the problem that I have with the coaching today, man. So sorry you had to go through that crap.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke about it plenty of times, even on my own show, on the radio, numerous times. People ask me about it, pull the teeth of like trying to dig up those memories. I'm like, no, I don't want to. But I mean, if we're gonna talk about, being the best at something, I mean, we could talk about being the best at being one of the best strikers. So right to the hot take.
Everybody, the best part of the show. Welcome to Pepito's Hot Take. So, this is my forte, my friend. This is my forte. So I don't want to hear you go against me one time. Last week we had midfielders of the Premiership, right? The top 10 midfielders in the Premiership. And we went back at it. Your list was all right, nothing crazy.
Did we agree on 1 and 2?
But 1 and 2 is easy. 1 and 2 is easy. But now we got the strikers, the best top 10 strikers of Serie A. We're not doing Premiership. We're doing Serie A. So here we go with the top 10 best strikers in Serie A. So we kind of we did it 2000 and up, right? Year 2000 and up. Trying to kind of keep it where the players our viewers understand who they are.
Because we sort of did last week, it was when we did Premier League, it was 1992 up, because that's where the Premier League started. Whereas the Serie A has been the Serie A for how long? So we had to put a cap on it because of how many
There's so many
insane strikers have come out.
You don't understand
Looking
how hard
back at it, you don't realize how many insane strikers.
You don't understand how hard this was for me.
And we also made it sort of a 4 or 5 season minimum, because you have players R9 and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, we didn't put Ronaldo, the phenomenal.
Minimum 5 seasons, Serie A legends. That's what we went with. Here are the list of players to consider for the top 10: Luca Toni, Vincenzo Montella, Ciro Immobile, Diego Milito, Edison Cavani, Gonçalo Higuain, Antonio Di Natale, David Trezeguet, Hernan Crespo, Christian Vieri, Gabriel Batistuta, Andriy Shevchenko, Alessandro Del Piero, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Filippo Inzaghi, and Francesco Totti.
Are you ready, bro?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Number 10. Give me your 10.
My 10?
This is so hard.
Trezeguet. David Trezeguet.
Okay. So that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy that you put the. So I have Christian Vieri.
Okay.
I had number 10, Trezeguet, but I didn't see Vieri, and I switched them right away.
Okay.
I had to switch them because, bro, you know how hard it is between Trezeguet and Vieri? You don't understand.
They're not one and the same as a striker, but they're both as influential as one another, so it's hard to say one's better than the other.
Vieri at Inter was unstoppable for those years, bro. Lazio, he had a couple of years at Lazio, which was ridiculous.
Well, that's why I have him at a different spot.
But then you got, like, Trezeguet for you, bro. Come on, man. Like, Serie A has some ballers, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Has some strikers. Give me your number 9.
My number 9 is Vieri.
Okay, I put Luca Toni. Luca Toni at Fiorentina, Palermo. He had a good season. I think also, was that at Genoa where he scored a lot of goals? He had the record. Didn't he have the record?
At one point he did.
I think he had the record for like most goals, or he was close to it. He had like a 30-goal season. So I got a chance to play with him too. So I was able to see his greatness in front of goal. Luca Toni, that was number 9. Who do you have, you said?
Number 9, I have Christian Vieri.
Oh, you put Vieri, okay.
Yeah, I have him at 9. I had him one spot different.
All right. Give me your number 8.
My number 8 is Hernan Crespo.
Ah, my man. I got him too. Crespo. Bro, I love Crespo.
I know.
I freaking love Crespo. What a player. Bro, do you remember that goal? This has nothing to do with Serie A, but that goal in the finals of Liverpool. I'll never forget this goal. Against Liverpool in the Champions League, a pass, Kaká, he puts it in, and then Crespo just like chips it over the guy's shoulder, over the goalie's shoulder. Bro, you don't understand how hard that is. And he actually did it in the finals. Yes, you're up already 2-0 or whatever it was, but like he was able to do it. Bro, what a technique.
Yeah, but that's what we call ice in your veins. Like,
dog, his guy.
Come on.
What a striker. I love the way he played. Parma, at Milan, he had good seasons. Parma, he was lethal. Lazio, ridiculous.
That's one of the great
Inter,
career.
he did okay.
Yeah.
I'll never forget, this is a quick story, and then that's it, with Hernan Crespo. First Champions League game was, I was 17, I was with Manchester United. Quarterfinals against Milan at San Siro. I went there. I trained there the day before. So I was on the bench, and I was never gonna get in. But Sir Alex Ferguson was like, "Yo, Giuseppe, Italian boy, wow, you come on the trip and let's go." I'm like, "That's amazing." So that was an amazing moment for you. I'll never forget that gesture by Sir Alex. I was a big Milan fan. They win 1-0. Crespo, across from Cafu, right in front of me. Cafu crosses the ball. Crespo jumps up. Bam! The ball goes over Tim Howard's head, over his stretched out arm, right on the second post. It was like the 70th minute, and then they go through. What up? The San Siro was going wild, bro. So I'll never forget that goal from Crespo. But what
insane
a
player.
freaking
Insane player.
Number 8. I'm happy that we got number 8.
Yeah,
bro. This is actually very
We're
friendly.
getting along. It's crazy.
This is actually friendly.
Just wait,
But like, there's just so many ballers, bro.
Just
So I feel,
wait till later.
listen, if we get number 7, then we're
Number 7, I'm gonna say mine.
go.
Antonio Di Natale.
Okay, I don't have him there. I have Andriy Shevchenko. You actually put Antonio Di Natale at 7?
Yeah. For me personally, I just love his play style. Like watching him play, because like
I love Toto. I play with him. I saw his style of play. Great goal scorer. He's got a lot of goals in Serie A.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
I understand where I understand where you're
like
coming
me
from.
personally, it's like the way I moved in and around the ball, checking in and out of spaces, like dragging out the like I don't know. Me, I like the way I played, so I had to put him at 7.
So I have Shevchenko. First of all, he was my idol.
Yeah.
Man, why did I say that? Why did I say that? No, that's okay.
No. You're gonna hear a bleep just as he said that. That's what you're gonna hear.
Bro, the guy was I love the way he played. Number 7, Milan. So obviously that was my guy. He helped Milan win the the Serie A. Always got into double digits. He got into the 20s too. I mean, consistency. Andriy Shevchenko. What a freaking player, man. All right, Toto. I have to say, I do not have him not even on my top 10.
That's crazy.
I don't have my top 10.
In my opinion, it's pretty crazy.
Bro, do you understand like the players that we got in this damn list? That thing's wild, bro. Give me your 6.
My 6 is Shevchenko. I feel like he's number 6 on my list.
All right, so we're close. We're close.
Yeah.
I have Alessandro Del Piero.
At number 6?
Bro, yes. He's first off, he's not like bro, he is not he's not like a striker. Like he's not like the number 9. Like he's somebody.
the Italian Wayne Rooney, bro. How dare you disrespect him like that?
Whoa,
That is crazy.
I never thought about that. That makes sense.
Yes.
Holy shit, he is the Italian Wayne Rooney. Yeah, but Del Piero, but at his younger age, even later, he used to always start off on the wing and then come in. So like that's why I like players that come off the wing and stuff like that. But I like the people that play center, that play like more centrally, like a Sheba, like a Crespo. You know what I mean? Like these next players that I'm gonna say. But obviously, you got to respect him because of the numbers that he put up. Over like 200 goals for Juve. He had a couple, I think, 20-goal seasons, I think, too. But longevity, consistency, can't beat that. You said what, S6?
6, what did I just say?
Sheva.
Yeah, Shevchenko.
Sheva. Okay. 5.
5, Gabriel Batistuta.
Okay, I like that. I have Gonzalo Higuain.
At number 5?
Yes.
He's not even on my list.
What?
He's not even on my list. How is he number 5? You don't have Di Natale on your
I
list.
can't bring you on this
Hold
damn
on
show.
a second.
I can't bring you on the show. I can't bring you on the show though because you didn't do your research.
I didn't do my research.
Who has the record for the most goals in Serie A
Okay, obviously.
in one season?
Yeah, one season wonder, bro.
Yeah. No.
Fell off at Juve. Come on,
Listen,
dude.
The 3 seasons that he had at what's it called at Napoli, 36, 27, 20 something. He went to Juve, 18, 20 something. Like this guy put up crazy numbers for at least 5 seasons. Remember, we said 5 seasons minimum. So he did have crappy I think last season with Juve, but whatever. It's normal. It's fine. But bro, for 5 seasons straight, this dude put up straight up numbers and has the record of the Serie A. So that's crazy that you can't even put him in your top 10.
The reason why I can't because he did it in a weaker Serie A, in my opinion. I think when he was doing that, the Serie A was as weakest.
I don't think so. Bro, you had
100%.
He was playing against like the Chiellinis and the Bonucci's and the Barzagli, the big Juve team.
Yeah, he did it post 2014 after. I feel like
he
that's,
did it against who was it against also? What was it? Inter. Then they win the Champions League during that time frame that he was there too.
No, I think it was
Mourinho,
around 2015 after. That's
was
when
it
he
2015?
started.
Is that when it started? I
With
don't know,
him.
bro. But you have to respect the fact that he actually has the record of this. If it was a one-hit wonder, I'll be like, yeah, you know what? I'll give it to you. But this dude, the record, and then 5 straight seasons of 20+ goals.
But let's also not forget, once he left the City, I did nothing either. I Chelsea and
When
stuff
he
like
left, yeah, Chelsea did horrible. Inter Miami, I think you could score a couple of goals in MLS.
that. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
It's all love.
Wow. You just flattered me. Whatever you say, Giuseppe.
You can, man. You can.
I'll put it
I'm
back.
trying to get you signed by somebody.
I'll put you away in my number
trying to get
5.
you
I
signed
changed my
by
mind, guys. I'm sorry. No. No, I'm just joking.
Bro, that's wild. That's wild that you don't even have him in your top 10. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed.
Here's the point.
Give me your number 4.
Wait, so,
Oh, sorry.
hold on, so I'm confused. So Batistuta does not belong on this list then?
Tell me what my number 4 is.
What's your number 4?
Gabriel Omar Batistuta.
Okay, I was about to say.
So I'm there with you, bro. I'm there with you because Batistuta, again, the consistency and then doing it with different teams and winning the Serie A with Roma, being the top goal scorer there with Roma, right? Like that just kind of makes you think what a great career he had in Serie A. Mind you, what he did, with Argentina, he what's his name? Messi just beat him as the top goal scorer like a few years ago for Argentina. So I mean, just to tell you, this dude was a striker, right? I mean, with Fiorentina, put up crazy numbers, right? He just needed to win. He needed to win something to actually, in my opinion, to have had him in this top 10. I needed Batistuta to be Batistuta, Serie A title. He did with Roma, so that's why I have him at the top 4.
My number 4,
Amazing. Yes.
Del Piero.
Number 4. I have him at what?
You got him at 6. He has to be number 4 for me. The Italian Wayne Rooney, come on,
Yeah.
top 5 has to be.
I mean, well, that's biased because you love freaking Wayne Rooney. So you.
What did I tell you?
You
What did I
associate Wayne
tell you
Rooney
before we
with
started? What did I
freaking
tell
Del
you
Piero,
before
so,
we
yeah.
started? What did I tell you before we started?
I'm not a big
Bias
fan
is
of
coming.
I'm not a big
Anyways,
fan of that.
Number 3. Who's your number 3?
This could actually upset you because I think you have him. Lower you.
Who?
At number 3, I have Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Okay.
Who you got? Who you got?
My number 3 is Inzaghi.
People. All right. I can give you that. I like
Nah,
that.
not Simeone, Filippo. Just clarify, because there's brothers. All right, they both were forwards. One's better than the other.
Oh, so was Filippo?
Yeah, Filippo Inzaghi.
All right, man. No, it's fine. Listen, Zlatan, great goal scorer. We know his numbers outside of Italy. In Italy, he was able to win with Inter. He was able to win with Milan, right? So, like, his numbers, and then what he was able to win the Serie A with, these multiple teams. Juve, he won with Juve too. I think he went with Juve. I'm not sure if he did.
He did, but then that was like that scandal.
Oh, that was the scandal season. All right, the scandal season.
Yeah.
But he was able to win it and be essential to the team. So that's why I put him up there big time.
I respect. I love Zlatan. Like, I love Zlatan. There's no other way to say it. Like, if you don't like Zlatan, you're a bit of a weirdo. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Who's your number 2?
People.
Okay.
People Inzaghi, bro.
Oh, I know who your number 1 is. You're gonna hate me who my number 1 is.
I didn't want to talk to you, bro. I swear. Well, wait.
Number 2.
Let's just give a little bit of flowers to people Inzaghi. Then I want to hear your number 2.
Yeah.
You have him at 3. I have him at 2. People Inzaghi.
Yeah.
People Inzaghi. I hate the way he plays. For me, anti-soccer.
Yeah, but look how many goals he has, though.
Thank you. And the number of goals that he was able to do, the way that he was able to do these goals, there's nothing spectacular with those goals. But that, like, do you understand? Like, we're saying this stuff, but this dude has over 200, 300 goals in his career. Yeah. Like, this guy was essential to every single team that he played for. Milan winning Champions Leagues, winning Serie A titles with Juve and Milan. Like this guy has my utmost respect because of how he did it with his quality and with his traits. And sometimes, you know what? The quality isn't always when you have the ball at your feet, but it's the understanding of movement, and not only your movement, but feeding off of the movement of the defender that is around you. And that is a quality in itself that I think goes overlooked and that people today don't really understand. And truthfully, it's not really taught as much. But look at Inzaghi. Look at his movement in the box. The anticipation that he has is just second to none. And that's why he has my utmost respect. And that's why I have him at number 2, People Inzaghi. Who you got number 2? Stop.
Totti.
Why are you smiling?
Because you're gonna laugh at what number 1 is. Because I have Totti at number 2. I love Francesco Totti. If you don't like Totti, you're a weirdo. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he's like the guy. He's been at it for God knows how long. Was one man club, insane at Roma. At one point, United was trying to pry him for like 3 years straight, steal him. Real Madrid, same thing. Like, this guy was wanted everywhere, but yet stayed loyal to his club.
Bro, I didn't even hear one word you said, and I don't even care because I'm looking at the list. If you have this guy that I think that you have at number 1, yo, I swear to gosh, bro, I'm going to throw this microphone in your head.
Who do you think is my number 1?
I'm going to say my number 1
Yeah.
first, and it is Francesco Totti.
Yeah, he's amazing. We love him.
Like you just said it. Consistency. 20 years at one club. Won the Serie A title with Roma. Double digits and God knows how many.
Wanted everywhere. Like, he was wanted everywhere. Every single club wanted him.
I love that. I love that part of him, staying true to the shirt, but just delivering in the derby matches, delivering when it needed to be. Like Totti, he was considered more of a 10 rather than a striker. Then he transitioned into striker in the latter part of his career, and he produced, bro. He produced the quality, total opposite of Inzaghi. His quality
he was a false
was
nine.
what made him
explain him.
His quality is what made him score goals. Not so much movement or whatnot, but his quality of play, his understanding IQ of the game made him score goals rather than how Inzaghi did, which was all movement. Now, if your number 1 is Ciro Immobile, I'm throwing.
No. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is my number 1.
Oh, okay, no, it's respectable. It's
okay.
respectable.
No,
if you had Ciro Immobile, bro, because listen,
you see, I was building it up just to get you.
Yeah, bro, I was like, my blood was boiling. But listen, Ciro, great. He has 200 goals. He just did right now 200 goals. Props to you, Ciro. Amazing work, but does not deserve to be in the top 10.
He's compared to the god. That's Zlatan. No.
Nah, listen, I'm happy that you put Zlatan as number 1. And it's great because he won multiple Serie A.
in different eras. Like we have to understand.
Yes,
like,
different teams,
doing
different
it in
eras.
like that early 2000s Serie A where it was absolutely mental. Then in like the mid 2010s. Then again in like the late 2010s, early 2020s. Like he was in the Serie A in like 3 or 4 different eras where it's absolutely mind blowing. He was able to do what he did. Like if you're talking about like number one Serie A striker to ever play, it has to be Zlatan Ibrahimovic without a doubt.
It doesn't have to be, but he's your number one. Not my number one, but Totti is the definition of a Serie A striker, and the most memorable goals in the Serie A, a lot of them are Totti's. Let's mention also a few of the players that weren't.
Your honorable mention. You got to pick one. Who's your honorable mention?
Trezeguet. Like
Oh,
I
that's
said,
right. Yeah, he was on your list, right?
no, he was, but then I took him out to put Christian
Yeah,
Vieri.
so he
Christian
was,
Vieri because I
yeah.
didn't see it. But Vincenzo Montella was one of them. Ciro Immobile, Diego Milito, Edison Cavani.
I would say that was a shout from you. I completely forgot about Cavani and Napoli because in my head he's ingrained at PSG. No, Cavani is a phenomenal
Napoli
shout.
and at Palermo did amazing.
Yeah.
And then Antonio Di Natale was on my list. I didn't put. These are all in these top 15, top 16, top strikers from 2000 and up. That was good, man. That was good. I was happy that we got a couple of names in the same position. I want you guys to rate our list. You guys like our list? Do you like our number ones? Let us know. Definitely comment below.
You want to know what it is? Great strikers think alike. That's what.
And with that, I'm going to leave it at that. My boy, that was fun. We'll do this again next week. Sounds
Yes,
good?
100%.
Guys, thank you for listening, and I will see you soon. Ciao.
Peace.